Dundee had to come join us. He thought we were having too much fun without him. Whenever you're joining me and wherever you're joining me from, I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome back if you're back, and if you're new, hopefully you'll find something here for you that's meaningful. This week I was out and about trying to finish up some of the projects I had started for our living room, our little English country cottage living room inspired makeover, and it's going a lot slower than I had planned. I tend to have that happen to me quite often where I think, oh, this is only going to take a Saturday, and meanwhile we're almost like 3 weeks later and still far from finished. But I do think by taking my time and being a little more deliberate with it, this is something I'll want to live with for a while. My other configuration of my living room was about what I would say a configuration that maybe gave me like 70% satisfaction, and I was okay with that. I'm shooting more in the 85 to 95 range for this so that we can maybe enjoy a little longer term. And I have a friend who wants to contribute, I guess. This is Bitzer. I guess he's gonna join in the video with us. He wants to see what's going on. He's also a little bit interested in my chai tea. For some reason, my dogs are obsessed with my chai when I'm having it. So, hi Bits, do you have anything to say to the world? No? Well, just get snuggly back there. Go ahead and relax, please. So anyway, first off, we are working on our bookcase configuration. And so I did make a trip to Lowe's to look at some molding trim that we could make it work. And I also picked up some paint colors. So the weird thing about these paint colors is they show up way different on film, at least they did in the store, than they are in real life. And I like all of these. I'm looking at it now, and even on camera, I think I'm a little more specifically interested in more of these neutrally tones. So the plan is that the bookcase will become one of these tones, and maybe the fireplace as well. I was originally going to maybe do white, but I think maybe 2 different shades of green would be kind of cool, and they would go really well with the coffee table, so that might be a consideration. This used to be my husband's grandmother's dining table, so when he was a little boy he sat and ate at this. But it used to be a dining table, and so when we inherited it, it was left in her basement. Took the legs off and made it into a coffee table because at the time we couldn't afford new furniture. It's great size for the room, and because it's solid wood and so destroyed and distressed, my boys, when they were little, built Legos on here. They used to stand on there. I'm thrilled by the idea that my dear sweet granddaughter will play on this table that her father played on, that her grandfather played on. So that might be a consideration. These colors are, this is Retreat, and it's kind of a muddy khaki army green sort of shade. This one has a little more yellow tone to it. This is Svelte Sage, which I really like this one. And this one is Clary Sage, which I also really like that one. These are, some of them are from the Sherwin Williams earthy colors for this year. They're called Earthy Charm, and I think those really work well if you're doing the English country aesthetic. So some of those are in there, but I would suggest going and grabbing a few and grabbing some paint colors that appeal to you. I do this for my home, but I also do this for specific clothing items I have. I will go try and find a paint chip that works with it, and then I put them on a key ring and I keep them in my handbag so that when I'm out and about, if I have a specific color of brown I'm wanting to match, I have a match for that on my key ring. Maybe one of these days I'll go into that project, because I am right now building my spring casual business wardrobe. What are we doing? He's still there. I'm gonna see if I can get him settled in, and then I'll be back. So that's kind of where I'm at for paint colors. This cover actually is a good representation. The cover right here, like those shades, I think all play really well into English country. And because my walls and my couches are white, even though this room is small with a low ceiling, I think I could get away with blending a bunch of tones of green. It's interesting though, I was using ChatGPT to go back and forth for some ideas, and it's a really helpful resource. But I found that some of the things I showed it, it's like, oh, you're leaning very green heavy, you might want to add this or this. And I'm thinking, the whole reason I was looking to ChatGPT is I didn't want like the human judgment added in. I just was like, hey, well, these go together. I didn't want it to say, well, yeah, but then it's going to be to this or that, because really I'm at a stage in life where I'm designing my home for me. One of the things I love about Lowe's is they have a weird back aisle that's like their clearance aisle of weird different things, and it's always good to go take a look. So some of the supplies I was going to need anyway for my little painting project, I just stocked up. All of these, this was like $1.50 off. So yes, these things I could have gotten elsewhere, but these were good. They were on sale. They were right there. So I got a bunch of the little tiny rollers, which I love to work with. They're fun for crafts as well, because these are really good if you do rubber stamping. This size is really good to put paint onto the rubber stamp or the block print so that you don't get too much on there. So I love that for these. And then I found these little guys that I think will be great. So I am painting a bookcase. So these were on sale. In typical me fashion, I went into Lowe's, I walked around for 3 hours, and I didn't end up getting anything I meant to. I bought a ton of like great paint rollers and paint brushes that were all in the clearance area, but I didn't buy any paint. And I actually came for paint. I came for paint and wood molding and a nail gun and a miter saw, and I didn't get any of those things. But that is why, for me, shopping online is oftentimes a better resource, because I get overstimulated, overwhelmed, and completely sidetracked, and so then I don't end up accomplishing what I set out to accomplish. One of the nice things about having not to rush into this is it's really giving me time to think about, okay, what am I going to like over the long term, as opposed to what am I jumping into really quick to get a quick fix, because I'd like a room that we can live in and enjoy over the long term, obviously. As we're evolving this living room, I freed up a large wall that prior to this had the TV on it. and I'm going to be adding to the gallery wall there. I have a little inset here I'll put in. And so I've been on the lookout for frames. And frames can be very expensive. I don't want frames that match. I want frames that are connected but sort of disconnected so they all kind of work together. And I am leaning more towards like a gold or a brass or an antique color mixed in with some blacks and browns. And so I was at Goodwill this past week and they were having a hard goods sale. So I just went through some of the frames and I was like, this is the time to get them. So not only were they having a sale, but I had an extra 25% off coupon. So I piled up my cart. It was a little precarious getting out of the parking lot, but I think it was well worth it. So this is what I got. Most of these ended up being like 50% off or more. So this one just plain, but it's real wood with real metal, easy back. It was originally priced at $3.99. I think I paid $1.50 for this one. And then there was a similar one to it. I think somebody maybe just got rid of all their frames. This one is similar, different edge, a little bit different wood tone, but again, a really good size. This one was $2.99. So this one I probably paid $1 for. Thrilled with that. Then there were some little cutie ones. This one just a standard little, and some of these frames are pretty high quality. If you were to buy these frames anywhere else, it would have cost at least triple the price. This one was $3 originally, so I probably paid about $1 for that one. Same with this one. This one was $3.99. This one's actually real wood, very pretty. And I think these are all going to work really well on my wall. This one is not a gold frame, but it had a cute little piece of artwork in it that's like vintage. And there are little girls and a cat there. So since I now finally have a little girl in my life, sweet little Miss Lena, I think that would be nice to have. This one was, I already took the price tag off this one because I already staged it with something. But this one I thought was cute. I won't repurpose this frame. This is just like a little beach scene that kind of looks like our little town beach. So I think I may darken the wood tone here or maybe even paint it gold. I don't know. We'll see when we get it up there, but it's nice to have options. It looks like it was a pink tag. So this one was probably $2, I think, because it was artwork and not a frame. This one I was really happy to come across because it's a different shape. This one's a heavy duty one too. So Imagine It frame. This was $4, like $4 for this heavy duty nice frame with the velvet backing and the little slide channels and multi-directional ways you can hang it. And so I would have got what, 50% off on this, so this would have been a $2 frame for me. So super thrilled with that. And then these next two frames I actually bought for the frames, but I may actually keep them now because I don't hate them. These were $7.99 each. I got them for half off, so I ended up paying $4, and they're just a photograph of a butterfly, but really, really nice frames. I don't know how this butterfly is gonna go, but I might just keep them as the butterflies. This kind of adds like an interesting, quirky, one-of-a-kind vibe. Somebody obviously took those photos, probably. Here's the framing, heavy duty. And it's a nice size. It's not too big, not too small. And I don't mind the beige matte in there. So there's that one. That's a pretty frame. And then there is this one that went along with it. Different frame, but obviously from the same person. Same size, same matting color, same quality. So thrilled with that. This one was also $4. So these guys are very, very interested in what's going on outside, and obviously what's going on in here, because they don't bother me at all until I try to start talking to no one in particular. Maybe they're just doing a mental health check on me. So last for the frames, one of my very favorite ones, this was only $2.99, which I think is ridiculous, but it's a very nice size. I would say it's probably about a 24 by 10 or something. with a nice gold frame. It needs a little help on the back, but I can, you know, use my pin nailer and take care of that. But $2.99, and if I got that on sale, this one was a green tag, so this one was probably $2. So basically, I got a whole wall of frames and some other hard goods, and I paid $56 total. I'll show you the other hard goods I got. These are just some shelf sitter type things. I thought this was really cute, $1.99. This will just go cute on my bookshelves when I get them up there. Adds a little bit of a different tone of metallic. And this is great for the gallery wall, I think. It'll just add some interest. This was $1.99. I did pay full price for this, I think, because it was in like home decor. So I thought it was cute though. Very coastal. This cute little thing, this is somebody's like hand toll painted project. And back in like the 70s, this was an aesthetic. I think my mother even did toll painting. This was an aesthetic she liked. But this is cute because it's got a little pin on it to put a closed pin to put a little note card. So I actually got this for my mother. Although I am kind of in love with it. So it will make itself to my mother's house. Her house is adorable. She's got a very farmhouse vibe. Eclectic farmhouse, but with a little bit of an elevated, I don't know. She just has a very charming aesthetic. So this will be for her. This was $1.99, but I think it's charming and cute. I like the edges. Cute little piggy. What else? Oh, this was in the frame haul. Again, very nice. Look how pretty that is. It's got the high quality. It's got all the hinges and everything works. This was $4.99 a pink tag, so I would have paid probably $2.50 for this. You can't beat that. This is gonna go on the little sewing. I don't know if I told you in another video. I did buy the sewing machine cabinet that I had shown a little cabinet in one of the stores, one of the consignment stores I went into. I did go back and buy that, and it's actually sitting over in that corner. And so when I finish the whole styling of the room, I will let you see how that looks. But I think that little picture frame is gonna go very nicely right there. And I have just the little lady to put pictures of in there. So that's exciting. And then the very last thing I got at that haul was this cute little picture. It's like some no-name. You can tell when collectors go through because they're peeled off. So I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to collect anything important or bougie. I just thought this was charming and pretty. And it's little, so it'll fit into a bookshelf with some flowers in it, or be cute on a desk with pens or paintbrushes or whatever. But I thought that was charming as well. So that is my haul. Until next time, thank you so much for joining wherever you are. I hope you are well, and I hope you're inspired to do some fun things for yourself and take time for yourself right now. This is a time of year we all need that. You know, spring is all about recharging, so go recharge, come back and tell us all about it.